All right, I'm just going to say it. Most local business websites are trash. They're built by web designers who care about aesthetics and pretty colors and maybe winning design awards. And when you ask them about SEO, they tell you that maybe one time they ranked a snow removal company in Miami back in 2014. Design doesn't pay the bills. Ranking pays the bills. Now, I built a 54-page local website in a couple of hours using AI. And because I built it the right way, it ranked in the top 3 spots within a few weeks. While most agencies are wasting months writing blog posts that nobody reads, I used a very specific structure that Google actually rewards to dominate the map pack. Now in this video, I'm going to build that exact website, well, a copy of that exact website, right in front of your eyes. I'm going to give you the structure, I'm going to show you exactly how we use AI, and spoiler alert, I don't care if you use WordPress, Go High Level, or a notebook. This structure works because it gives the Google algorithm and the ChatGPT algorithm exactly what they're looking for. But first, you have to understand why a pretty website strategy is probably keeping you broke. Most people think ranking is about blogging. They write how to unclog a drain and hope a customer in their city sees it. I'm telling you, blogging like that is a waste of time. I had a client running a LASIK eye surgery center in Chicago. They're getting 80,000 hits a month from Google. Sounds great, right? Wrong. They were getting very few calls. Why? Because they were ranking for "Does LASIK hurt?" from people searching in Florida and New York. A guy in Florida isn't going to fly to Chicago for eye surgery. You need to understand that Google basically put searchers into 2 buckets. 1, how do I do this? Informational. And 2, who can do this for me? That's the transactional one. Most agencies are going to waste your budget writing blog posts for bucket number 1. They brag about traffic, but traffic doesn't pay the bills, especially if it's coming from the wrong state. Now, if you want to rank a local business, you need to ignore these how-to blogs and obsess over the who can do this searches. You need local and topical relevance. So, what does a site that actually ranks look like? It is not random. It follows a very specific blueprint that I call the Core 30. This is the only structure you need. It starts with the homepage. In this case, I'm assuming your homepage is your GBP landing page. That's the case for the vast majority of local businesses. And that page is always going to target your primary category plus city. Now, beneath that homepage, we have secondary category pages. Google lets you choose up to 10. Most businesses choose 1 or 2. That's a mistake. I like to see 4 or 5. These become your H2 tags on the homepage, and they each get their own dedicated page underneath that. Then beneath them, we have service pages. Every service on your GBP gets a page. Drain cleaning, water heater repair, leak detection, and here's the magic. Here's how you silo this to create a massive amount of topical relevance for Google's algorithm. Your homepage links to the category page, your category page links to the service pages underneath it in the exact same structure that your Google business profile has. We're going to mimic it. That means you're not just telling Google that you're a plumber, you're proving that you're the authority on everything plumbing related in that specific city. Okay, so that's the overall map. Let's go ahead and start building it. And I'm going to build it using a tool that I've heard a lot of SEO purists say you can't use to build websites that actually rank. Here's that tool. It's called Lovable. And yes, I know that there's a server-side rendering issue with Lovable built websites, but that is very, very easy to fix. And then you can get Lovable built websites to rank. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to grab the prompts. My first prompt, I'll go to my school group. There's a link in the description if you want to join this. Not only does it have all of the detailed prompts for this specific action, it also has full over-the-shoulder training for exactly how my agency does local SEO and ranks websites. There's over 300 members in this group. We do a weekly Q&A, and I'm at that Q&A every single week, answering questions, making sure everyone has exactly what they need. So let me grab the prompt, and the first prompt that we're going to use is planning. So this first prompt, prompt 0, is the planning prompt. And with the planning prompt, we're basically going to build out the overall structure in text, and we're going to use Claude to do that. That way we can give this map to Lovable repeatedly and make sure it's building the exact structure that we want. So to do that, it's going to be that prompt 0, and then I'm going to give it the plumber, Gary, Indiana, just very random. Gary, Indiana is an excellent example for like a small, mid-sized city. Then we have our secondary category pages we're going to use: drainage service, bathroom remodeler. There's only 2, so I'll make that correction now. We have 2 core services. Now, the core services, these are services that your client really cares about. They really want to rank for them. So for almost every plumber I've worked with, that is water heater replacement and main drain line replacement. Those are high profit, low time services that plumbers love getting calls for. So we're going to call those the core services. Whatever your niche is, figure out what your core services are. The secondary categories plus core services, we really want to keep that less than 10 in total. So if you have 5 secondary categories, you can have 3 or 4 core services. In this case, 2 secondary categories and 2 core services. Then beyond that, we have a ton of other services. So what this prompt is going to do is it's going to get Claude to organize all of these services into the category that they're most relevant for, and then give me an overall map for how this internal linking is going to look. Great, so we can see homepage, main pages, secondary category pages, core service pages, perfect, nailed it. And then the hierarchy, we have the category page is drainage service, and it's put these as the child services, perfect, those look good. Bathroom remodeler, and these are the child services, perfect, those look good. Water heater replacement, and then we put child services under that. So this is something we do for core services. We're going to put child services under that so that the core service has a lot of topical relevance for itself. Second core service, same thing. Excellent. And then general services, those link back to the homepage. Great. And they all look, this looks good. Navigation structure, further links, internal, perfect. Okay. So I am really happy with this overall architecture. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to come to prompt 1, the overall skeleton, and I'm going to copy prompt 1, and I'm going to give prompt 1 to Lovable. Then I'm going to have a couple of line breaks in there, and I'm going to give this site architecture, also give that site architecture over to Lovable. A Lovable can read this. It doesn't need to look all pretty. And then I'll hit run. And what Lovable is going to do in this first prompt, it's called prompt 1 skeleton. And it's called that because what we want to start with is just having Lovable build out all of the pages with no content on them. We'll feed the content to Lovable separately. Here, we're just building the pages, we're building the internal linking, we're building the images, things like that. So while that's running, I don't need to sit here and watch it because prompt 2 is landing page content. So we know that we need to write landing page content, but I don't want Lovable to do that. Lovable is not nearly as good at writing content as Claude is. So I'm going to open up a new instance of Claude, and I'm going to give it this prompt, which is the content writing prompt. And then I'm going to give it the site architecture plan. This way, Claude knows exactly what the site's going to look like. It has all the necessary information about this business, the business website, what the GBP landing page needs to look like, and the content writing prompt itself. Okay, so now I have 2 AIs simultaneously running. We got Claude going, and we got Lovable going here. Okay, so here is the content that Claude came up with. H1, plumber and Gary, fast emergency repair, same day service, excellent, subheadline, great opening paragraph. In that writing prompt, we're giving Claude a lot of information about how we want this structured, what type of content we want there. For example, in this opening paragraph, we're very specific. Google wants to see goal completion. What that means is when somebody lands on your website, Google wants to see that they're happy. Whatever they went to your website to look for, they got it, and they got it quickly. So this opening paragraph, we're going to make sure that we talk to the user. Okay, a very common mistake I see in local business websites is this first paragraph talks about how they're family owned and they've been in business for 20 years and they have these certifications. No one cares about that, right? Everyone cares about themselves. So we're going to open this up by talking about them, not about us, and why they should call us, what we're going to do for them. So that's what this opening paragraph does. You need a plumber right now, not tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And that's exactly what we do, call this number. And that is the type of content content we're looking for goal completion. And then we have H2, 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 H2. Great. Remember, 2 core services, 2 secondary categories. That's exactly what Claude gave us. A little paragraphs below that, a little bit why choose us, some service areas, and then a final CTA. This is fine. This will be what we use for our Lovable site. We'll just let this come along. And when this is done, when Lovable is done, we're going to move on to prompt 3, which is the landing page build out. So we'll give Lovable the prompt for landing page build out, and we'll give Lovable the content we want it to use. Hey, what do you think? What do you think about Lovable? Do you like Lovable? Do you like it too? Do you like it? He's thinking. He'll get back to us later. So Lovable is keeping us up to date. It's creating right now it's creating the pages, creating the child service pages under each category. Now, I gotta be honest, like even building out this skeleton, this is honestly something that we would probably have to pay a developer several $1,000s to do. This is not a small website. You can see 59 pages. And even if it takes 20 minutes per page, 59 pages at 3 pages an hour is still 20 hours of work. So if you're paying your developer $40, $50, I mean, it adds up fairly quickly, and Lovable is just doing all of it. So this is kind of funny. I love it when Lovable does this. It gives its little updates, and the site is looking great. I'm happy that Lovable is happy with its work. Here is the site. So we have all the service pages that have been created. Just the skeleton, right? We very specifically did not want it to do any actual content on the pages. We're going to have the content done later. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and give it the next prompt. Here I'm going to give it the GBP landing page content we want it to use, and then I'm going to give it prompt 3. The GBP landing page, of all of the content on this website, the GBP landing page content is by far the most important. So as we've integrated Lovable into our agency workflow, the GBP landing page content is the one that we care the most about and we pay the most attention to. A lot of the other content, we might just have Lovable write it because it's going to be faster and easier rather than going through our agency normal content. So the reason we had Claude write the GBP landing page content separately like that is because of how important the GBP landing page content is. As we get farther and farther away from the GBP landing page, it becomes less and less important how high quality that content is. Because it's less and less likely that a real user will ever see it. That being said, in the school group, we have my actual copywriter process integrated into this process for building websites with Lovable so that you can use the exact same sequence of prompts that my copywriters use every single day. So Lovable says it's finished with the homepage. We have a hero image now, so that's great. Love to see a nice hero image. We have the H1, this first paragraph, drainage service with an image, great. This link takes me to drainage service, bathroom remodeler, that link takes me to bathroom remodeler, water heater replacement, that takes me there, main drain line replacement, that takes me there, view all services, great, that takes me there. We're going to get a Google reviews widget to embed here, perfect. Some more information about why Gary homeowners call them, proudly serving this area. And this could be an excellent way to integrate geographical relevance content if we needed that. And then the Google Business Profile embed map will go right there. Awesome. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Let me go on to prompt number 4, where we're going to have Lovable build out the secondary category pages. And for these pages, for my agency, when we're doing this for a client, when we're doing this for a website that we want to rank, we're going to use a very similar process where we're first going to generate content with Claude. Typically, when we generate content with Claude, we start by using a prompt that has it create an outline, then a second prompt unique to each client where it fills that outline in with the word-for-word content. Then we'd give that content along with this prompt so that Lovable is using content that we previously written with a much higher quality set of prompts to generate quality SEO focused content. Lovable with just this one prompt is going to generate content for us, and it will be fine. Not great, but fine. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to do this, but when we do it for real clients or real websites that we're trying to rank, we're going to use the multi-step process that you saw me use for the GBP landing page. And by the way, you can't see this, but I'm looking at my recording timing, and I'm at 23 minutes so far of recording, and the full site skeleton is done. content is done on the home page, and we're now creating, filling in the secondary category pages. They're already created. We're filling in content on the secondary category pages, and that's in like 23 minutes. And then on that drainage service page, you can see we have all of these links to the individual service pages. This is exactly how we like to structure a Core 30 page. All right, excellent. So Lovable says it's done. I already took a quick look at the drainage service page. Here we have it. So again, not terrible, but this content is not nearly as good as what we would have generated had we used the multi-step content process. And then here we have all of these inline links to the specific services that are related to the drainage services. That's great. More links here with this. Perfect. And then this link goes back to the home page, which is exactly what we want to see. And then the bathroom remodeler, same thing here, bathroom bottles, and then bathroom remodeler, shower, and great. Yep. And then this goes back to the homepage. Perfect. Okay. So now it's on to prompt number 5. And for prompt number 5, we're going to have it build out the core service pages. All right. So let's take a look at these core service pages that are created. Water heater replacements 1, and we have it here. And then all of these link to the pages that they're supposed to. And then this links back to the home page, and we'll double check this one. All right, on to the next prompt. That is going to be prompt 6, where we're going to have it start to build out all of the individual service pages. And it does say to paste the site architecture from prompt 0, but Lovable has that site architecture still in place. So it's built some of them. There's still some remaining pages to build, but I'm going to go ahead and move on. I'll finish building this later. For now, I'm going to move on and have it build out the About Us page and the Contact page. All right, once the About Us page and Contact page is built, that is prompt number 7. It will be time to run the final prompt, which is the technical SEO implementation. Here's where we're going to have Lovable come in and create the sitemap, double check that everything is working correctly, double check that the internal linking is working, create a robots.txt file. We're going to make sure the schema works. It has the local business schema. It has the service schema. All of these technical things, that's what we're going to do in that final prompt. Okay, so that is the bulk of this done. There's a few more steps for it, but I'm going to put a link to this finished page in the description. You can check it out on your own. Having the AI prompts and knowing how to build the website is really half of the battle. The other half is actually landing clients who will pay you to build these websites for them. And if you're struggling to find local business clients, or you're not sure how to position the service, or maybe you want to know exactly how to sell this without sounding like every other SEO agency, then you need to watch this video right here. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact Facebook ad campaign that my agency used to land 30 local clients in 30 days. I'm going to give you the targeting, the ad copy, the images, the landing page, everything you need to start getting clients immediately. Because trust me, once you can deliver the results that this website structure and Lovable will help you create, the clients will happily pay you $2,000 to $10,000 per month on retainer because you're going to deliver results for them. So click on this video right now and let's get you some more clients.